Hi there, LinkedIn family. Jonathan here from Some Talented People. And today, day 3, we're going to look at business security. So, Pasby, over a year ago, I conceived of an idea called the Web Continuity Package, but that was something I didn't really know the market. Tell me about websites and stuff of that nature.
So, I mean, websites in general, a lot of people have the misconception that a website is a product. You pay someone to make it, and then you have the website and it's done, right? But it's more of a service, an ongoing service, right? When you buy a car, you still need to MOT it, you need to service it, you need to insure it, you need to make sure that nothing happens with it because it's a machine with loads of moving parts. And a website is the same, right? So we often, when people ask how much is the website, they say how much is the car, because it's very comparable in that you have a lot of upkeep to make sure that it's running well and safely. And when we were, like you said, when we're talking about the web continuity program that we were developing, we were doing research about it, and you know, there was so many phishing and malware and ransomware attacks on UK businesses, and that start from the website, because you know, you can program a robot to just attack thousands of websites a minute and just see if they have known vulnerabilities, right? And if you're not updating and fixing those vulnerabilities, you're basically asking to get attacked by these programs.
Francis is nodding there in agreement.
Yeah.
What's your experience, Francis? Can you tell when people install your solutions, can you trace back and find out where the vulnerability was?
We can. If we do forensic analysis, then we can, definitely. Because there's always a trace. You know, depending on the type of attack, you've got very high level ones, and then you've got the most attacks are what I would call low level. In other words, it is where you know, I mean, I don't know, I'll rewind a bit. Did you know that for $100 you can literally take a business out? You can, for $50 you can buy a ransomware package online, and for another $50 you can rent a hacker, and if you put the two together, you point them to where you want to go and you take out a business. That's low level, okay? You can't make this stuff up, but it's out there. So
there was one.
Yeah.
No, it was just, I remember seeing on the darknet a few years ago, for $15 you could send someone 15,000 spam emails a day from newsletters, and then each day for the whole week it would add another 15,000. And for most small businesses, that would cripple their inboxes because they might get 100. So to filter through that for a week, you'd end up with, you know, 500,000 emails coming in a day. It would cripple you. And that was $15.
Yeah, absolutely. We do a lot of dark web monitoring for our clients, where we physically monitor, and we normally can tell within 24 hours if when we find any lost data online, you know, because I always say to people, why is it that we live longer? We live longer because of early detection. Would you agree? You know, we've got better systems that does heart monitoring or whatever, and we eat better. Cybersecurity or security, you know, business security works on the same principle. The better tools you have in place to monitor or alert when there's something happen or about to happen, your chance of survival is infinitely higher. On that same point, a lot of people are relying, when it comes to security, they're relying on the flu jab to fix COVID. Those days are gone. You need to use new type of technology, AI-based technology that can not only look for the old days viruses, but can look for behavior. So we start looking at behavior. Let's take email, for example, there. You know, if you've got a business owner that always sends email between, let's say 9 and 5, if we're so lucky, okay, that's great. But all of a sudden, 2 o'clock in the morning, there's data going out from his inbox to China or Russia, it doesn't matter, whichever country on the planet. Normal antivirus solutions would think that he's working late. Meantime, he's sleeping, snoring away. Our solutions would detect that as a threat and actually contain and kill it.
Wow. So Pasby, the sort of vulnerabilities in websites, how do people exploit them?
So there's a few. Any website that has a contact form, right? If they don't take the necessary precautions, can be used to hack it, right? So they could upload files bit by bit, and individually those files might be innocuous. Once enough of them have been uploaded into the server, they combine to create a virus or malware or something like that. And then because it's already in your system, right, it can maybe remove your admin access. They can take over the website. It could start generating email inboxes if you're on a cPanel website, and then start sending out spam that's been signed as coming from you. And I've seen this used to send vendors invoices, fake invoices, right? And then you might send out a normal, basically it will copy your email and then just replace the banking details.
Yeah.
Right. So then they're getting your money, and your clients are saying, "We already paid you."
Yeah.
Like, no, you didn't.
Now, this is something that Francis and I talked about briefly before we started recording. That is one of the services you also offer to check invoice numbers and bank details and stuff using the AI. Yeah.
Yeah, we can, because what we do is we partner up with another company, absolutely brilliant. So when the invoice comes in, before it hits your Xero or before it hits your accounts department stage or whatever, we do like a 17-point check to make sure that all the things on that invoice is actually real, because otherwise they're getting so good now, the invoice will get through. Once the invoice gets through, it gets paid, and that money is lost forever.
Yeah.
And these systems or these checking, it's so inexpensive,
Just while you're talking, I'm going to show people the Sonic Wall, which you introduced. Yeah, you introduced me to this, and this is a live situation of attacks that are happening. And typically, actually, I've looked at this in the past, and quite often the top 3 attack origins, we're in those. Yeah. And that's not because we're the ones attacking, it's because our computer's already compromised and the attacks are happening but through a nefarious party, basically.
Correct. So using it for skills, and this is why I say to a lot of people, skills but they've got nothing. I've got no real important data. And I love it. I mean, churches, if you think about charities, a lot of charities are used as conduits because they want to get to your rich donors. So they'll be sitting on your systems forever, just watching you and see who's donating money, and then they'll jump from your systems and take out all your rich donors. My $1 million question that I ask people is, what data is leaving your computer this very second, and which country is that data leaking to? If you don't know that answer, you need to be speaking to us.
They take down massive companies. Last year we had Facebook went down for a bit, and this is a £1 billion company that has backups and a CDN, a content delivery network across the globe, and it still got taken down because so many people were, so many computers were taken by these botnets.
So the reality is, moving forward, if people are watching these short clips, that I think that there is a lack of knowledge. Certainly, my lack of knowledge about free solutions was explained to me by visiting one of Francis's many seminars. I recommend you go to that. And for customers that we're dealing with, PASB, I think there's a realization that they need to be more focused on the security for their very business survival, and the idea that they can, get by or down, even pay for some of these well-branded products is a false security. What we'll do is, when we come back tomorrow, we'll look at how business life is your digital representation. Your digital representation basically is you now in these. It was before COVID, but since COVID, if you are not safe digitally, you are not safe. So we'll be back tomorrow to talk about that.